Let's welcome in Lance Reisland from the Plain Dealer, cleveland.com. Lance, as always, you were out at camp watching the Browns go through workouts. What were some takeaways from today?
Well, the quarterbacks had their best day as a group without question in terms of accuracy. That last pass you throw off from Sanders was interesting. It was behind a little bit, but the pre-snap processing was what I really liked. They ran motion. The safety ran over. He knew that the tight end was going to have good leverage. That timing will come up even more. But that was a really good read by him. As I said, the quarterbacks were outstanding today. Accurate. Their footwork was very good. Their footwork matched. If they were going deep, they reset their feet to throw short. Very catchable footballs. The tight ends played well. Receivers played well. It was just a very sharp day for the offense down in the red zone. Obviously, without pads, it's always going to be a little bit easier for the offense. But their operation, their accuracy, very good day for the quarterbacks, all four of them.
Who else kind of stood out to you? I mean, from just what we saw, looks like Diontae Johnson was making plays no matter who was quarterback.
Well, yeah, you're starting to see his talent kind of rise to the top here. He's really, really good at both inside and outside. He ran that, they did a really nice job. I've always been impressed with Kevin Stefanski's ability to create space in the red zone. It's so tight down there. And that play that you saw Gabriel hit Johnson across the back of the end zone there, they actually ran Fannin out to stretch that outside linebacker and create a great window. And Gabriel saw it, and Diontae Johnson made a great catch. But you can see his ability to catch the ball at the catch point. His releases are fantastic versus man and zone. He's really good run after catch. You can see how explosive he is. He's got a lot of twitch and a lot of suddenness to him. Obviously, it's not about football with Diontae Johnson. If he can, his stuff on the football field is just outstanding. Seems like he's every day I watch him, he practices hard. Doesn't say much. I think he's going to be an outstanding addition to this team, and he's starting to kind of show his talent and what it made him like an all-pro type of guy over the last week or so.
Earlier in the day, we found out Luke Floria, that hamstring injury is pretty severe. They waived him with an injury designation. Sounds like they'd like to have him back. He certainly kind of has shown up and is an intriguing guy.
Well, yeah, no doubt about him. Larvadain, Caden Davis, McDonald. There's a lot of guys that come unheralded that weren't drafted that I think have had outstanding camps. And, obviously when you talk about draft picks and, where people put their money in, I understand. I'm starting to learn that a little bit. But in terms of productivity, these young guys who are undrafted have been really, really productive all camp against everybody. Flory is the guy that gives him punt return possibilities. Obviously, you saw his ability to catch the ball in space, his spatial awareness. He's really good in the slot. I think he gives an added dimension. He's also, if you think about a guy in a practice squad, when you face those other teams that have slot receivers and stuff, as he's learning this game, he can be a really good look for that defense as well if he does make the practice squad. Very impressed with Floria, a guy who can eventually make this roster, I believe, because of his skill set. The hamstring definitely will hold him back, but obviously we can all see his talent level when healthy.
Was there anybody on the defense that kind of showed up? I mean, we saw, Myles Garrett, very difficult to block even by his own teammates. Is there anybody else on the defensive side in practice today that showed? We'll talk a little bit about the preseason game next segment.
Well, some of these guys that are back, Christopher Edmonds is a defensive back who keeps making plays. Every single day he's there. Every single day I'm there, he kind of makes a play in the secondary. But what I like about him is his versatility in Jim Schwartz's defense. He can play on the line of scrimmage, linebacker, nickel. He can do so many different things. He's played on the half. He can cover tight ends. He can cover receivers. He's just a really tall, long, athletic kid. But what I like most about the defense is their communication. You can tell, as I said earlier, that they've been in the system a while. So their communication and motions and formations, they're not getting tricked right now. And Coach Stefanski does a great job of trying to create those mismatches and find those weaknesses. Browns are doing a really good job on defense of communicating, flying around. And I'll say this again, obviously Carson Schwarzenegger is a great football player, but he's also a very, very knowledgeable player that is allowing the rest of his teammates to play as he makes the calls and gets everybody set up. So very impressive, their communication.